Hey everybody, welcome to the Gootz cast for the 15th. This was supposed to be tax day, but they ended taxes of April 2020. I'm here with Ashley Martins once again, like every week. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing lovely. As lovely as
Yeah.
I can be in quarantine. How are you?
How is it over there in PA?
Pretty good. Everyone's wearing masks now. It's not like mandatory or anything, but I think everyone just feels comfortable wearing masks. So now that is our new norm over here.
Well, I mean, it's now mandatory to wear masks here. And if you found this video because you're a fan of Game Over Girls or the Patreon page, I actually wear out the masks that I wear when I kick her ass in the videos, the skull mask. I wear that out because that's actually a really good mask for what the city's demanding the masks be like. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, they're multifunctional masks.
The
You
multifunctional.
thought you thought it was just going to be for filming.
Yeah.
However, look where they are now.
Look what I'm saving lives. The first time I got that mask was I had to, because we brought her up early right before I turned on. We were making a video where Haley, who plays Cassie, I had to be there had to be a creepy guy in the house chloroforming her over and over again. And I didn't trust male actors, so I said I'll do it, and you were gonna film it. I think you were gonna hold the camera, or your
Yeah,
sister.
one of us
And
have done it.
yeah, and I went on Amazon and I got that mask, and it worked really well because like I didn't want to have I thought it'd be a little cooler to have like this cool mask, and that way you didn't see me attacking because poor Haley looks like the typical girl next door, and you know what I'm saying. So you want to like add like this evil element to it, and I kept using the mask because I was like, we would always find like weird male actors. You remember that, right? Except for
Yeah,
Hellwig.
I feel like, yeah, besides him, like every other male actor was just like, there was just something a little off. And I
Yeah,
couldn't put my finger on it, but yeah, I don't know what it was.
yeah.
Maybe it's
So
just the crowd on, what is it, Actors Access or
it is.
wherever.
Yeah, it is. Like that's why, like I did an all girl cast anyway, and it kind of fell into what it became, because women were just easier to deal with, and they had less mental problems than men when they got on set. You know,
They had less
so
mental problems.
well they weren't headaches. Men were
Okay, I
kind of
see.
headaches. Men were kind of divas. And then it kind of fell into thing. But then I started using more male villains, and every now and then, a lot of these male guys would get like really excited that oh yeah, I get to like tackle Ashley in the Wonder Woman outfit. Woohoo! Like I don't know if they would go
Yeah,
with
and
it.
it's like,
Yeah. So I
no,
was
it's
like,
not
I'll
like
just
that.
I'll just be the villain because it's fine. It's easier. You know? Right?
All right.
She's like,
Yeah.
all right. He's like,
All
yeah,
right.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Down
because you got to
male
make money.
actors.
You got to make money on the camera, and Haley got to
Mhm.
make money as the girl. We didn't have to bring in some weird guy into the house and
And honestly, it was a
throw
cool
him in
learning experience too for it.
to
Like
hold the
to
camera.
be on
Yeah,
the other side and make sure you're able to get the shot, be able to do the close-ups, follow the actors, which I found that was the hardest part where
especially
it
with
was
the
like,
acting, with the action, where like where I chloroform one of them and then they fall on the ground. You have to follow the girl and follow. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it was a blessing in disguise that
yeah.
all the male actors were just crap.
But it all worked out because now I have two masks that I can wear when I go outside, and I'm not gonna die. So it's fucking great.
There we go.
And I won't get
Congratulations.
fined. Now you get fined $500 without a mask. I heard that's the other thing.
Jeez. And like it's funny because I have a feeling people are going to take that not seriously at all.
Hmm.
And that it's going to be a rude awakening when they get a slip in the mail for
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah. If yeah, definitely. If really like the mask. It fits me very comfortably, so I'm happy that I have it. So there you go. All right, enough
Nice.
behind the scenes talk of the Game Over Girls. But go to the Patreon if you want to see Ashley lose horribly on a very consistent basis, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
watch me lose pathetically.
yeah,
Please and
horribly.
thank
Just
you.
put no effort in and just lose and just really set women back by 97 years every time. I'm joking.
That's where we're
Um,
at. That's where we're
so
at.
speaking of setting women back, let's talk about today's show, One Tree Hill. This show started in 2003. If you've listened to this podcast for a long time, I actually did 7 episodes or 8 episodes reviewing every season. Uh, uh, like almost 9 years ago. It was 11 years. No, I'm sorry, 8 years ago. Because we did a series in the podcast. What is this show about? Because nobody I knew ever watched this show, and it was
Mhm.
on for 9 years. And I was like, how did this show stay on for 9 years? And I found out the answer wasn't pretty. But I figured. Now, did you know anyone who watched this show before you watched it?
Well, I actually just found out that my roommate watched it multiple times. But that was like the
All the way
only
through.
person. Uh, well, she told me there was like, oh yeah, there's like 7 seasons. And then
Nine.
yeah, but then like when we saw on Hulu like all the seasons, she's like, there's 9. So, I was gonna say, yeah. So I actually watched it with her. She was all excited. She was like, you get to watch One Tree Hill. I'll watch it with you.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So your sister didn't watch this, right? Because I know she watched some other TV shows,
not
but
not that I know of.
okay.
But yeah, as soon as I turned it on, I was like, this is definitely the epitome of early 2000s.
The music, I like. So I hadn't watched this in 8 years. 9 years. This episode, because I watched it in 2011. I got the DVD set. This is before Netflix or anything, for $3. That's why I decided to like look into it because I got the
Uh-huh.
first season for $3, and I'm like, well, that's practically free.
Right.
And I watched the first season, and didn't hit me how it didn't look that old fashioned back in 2011, but now that we are in 2020, it looks old as fuck. What did you think of the show?
It was interesting. Definitely like another one of those like typical high school
Mm-hmm.
shows. I actually brought this up to my roommate. I'm like, they have all these like, and I looked up the age of the cast too as we were watching, like when they first started. They're like 22 and 18, and I'm like, okay, let's back up. Can we actually have like some show that's about college for the college age kids? Or here's an idea:
For some reason,
let's hire high school age kids to play high schoolers.
TV show producers are very bored by college. They like either the character gets to college and never goes to college and right away gets married, or
Right.
I'll tell you what this show did. This show at the end of season 4, they graduate high school.
Mhm.
Season 5, they skip 4 years ahead.
Yeah, that's what Becca was saying. I was like, well, that makes sense, I guess. They're at the age
Yeah, they
for
already. Yeah,
that.
but it was like weird to me. It's like they for some reason TV shows are really afraid of college. They don't do anything about college anymore.
I don't get it, but I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, other than that, it really was like, to me, it was looking at it and it was like a flash to the past. I feel with
Blast of the past.
blast of the past. There we go. And
Mm-hmm.
then like I was confused at too because of the time period, because like the one girl's car was like Peyton. She has like a super retro looking car, and I'm like, wait, what year are we in? Are we in early 2000s? Are we in like
Yeah, how did these
the
kids
80s?
afford? How did these kids afford such nice cars?
Right. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the heck? But I guess like I don't know. I guess I have to watch more. I'm assuming Peyton's rich, but I have no idea.
No, I don't think she is. Thinking back, I don't think anyone's rich except for Nathan because of his dad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's a whole like mess too with like the dad and him not wanting anything to do with Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what kind of father does that?
Oh, he's very over the top. The dad. What did you think of him? What did you think of that character and the actor in the first episode?
The dad?
Yeah.
I did not like him. He was like, oh, like I don't know, like him just trying to push Nathan ahead of Lucas. I'm like, who cares? They're both your kids. You should be proud of them. Like no matter what, it doesn't matter which one's which. And I don't know. It seems like he doesn't have much faith in Nathan anyway. So I like for the one-on-one like little tournament thing that Lucas and Nathan had, like the dad wasn't really like that supportive of Nathan either.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what the heck? And he literally like did not even flinch when like Peyton came out of the shower and or I'm sorry, when Nathan came out of the shower and Peyton followed him immediately after, did not flinch.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that was my parents and they saw a guy come out of the bathroom with me like in a towel, they would flip out.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. I know your parents. They would be like, "What? What did you?" Yeah, I know. That's crazy to me. There's a lot of things like, there's a lot of things that these characters do, and you kind of just dismiss it, and then you look back and like, wait a minute, I think these people are supposed to be 15, 16, and they're
Yeah.
doing this like crazy shit that like people don't even do in their 20s.
Well,
And
remember the part where they stole the bus and then
yeah,
Nathan somehow slid away from it, and I'm like, what the heck? How did you
yeah.
not get suspended? How
Well,
does
I
that
think
happen?
that scene was to demonstrate how powerful the dad is. So to give everybody a background, the show is about these two brothers.
Mhm.
They're half brothers. And the guy dad had Lucas with this woman in high school, didn't gave him up, but then had Nathan with this other chick, I forget her name,
Seems
and
like immediately afterwards because of the
immediately
same
afterwards, because they're like almost the same age. So I don't, like, a day later he fucked another girl and just married her. I don't.
age.
So
Must have been.
must have been. So yeah, so because they're the same. That's true. It's not like he like waited a little bit and then like had sex. He like immediately impregnated another woman. But he loves Nathan and hates Lucas. And Nathan is a star basketball player. A bunch of the team gets suspended because Nathan stole a bus, but the other kids get the blame. So the Coach Whitey, recruits Lucas to the team. Nathan says to Lucas, "You got to beat me in one-on-one street ball to be on the team because you're poor." And
Yeah,
they
it was
have
weird.
that was he also, now that I'm older, Lucas does not look poor. Lucas looks like a supermodel. They should have
He
found
looks
some a little
so good.
what?
He looks so good.
Chad Michael Murray is his name, the actor. He still looks the
Mhm.
same. I heard he's a major prima donna, but
I
he
could see it.
yeah, he looks like he's like Leonardo DiCaprio's stunt double. And why would a dad, if that was my kid, if that was my like out of wedlock kid, like, or maybe didn't have a good relationship with the mom, but that was like my son. Like, I know at my age, I'd be like, we got to get this kid in. Well, I don't know about now with Corona. We got to get this kid in modeling school. Who gives a fuck about
Yeah.
Yeah, play basketball. Oh my god, yeah. Like, I would try to get some money out of this kid. Like, why not? Like, you have. And why would you not want both sons to be really good at something? That way you could brag. That's my other thing. This
Right.
guy's like the town. Like, why wouldn't you be like, yeah, both my kids are star basketball players. Like, fuck you. Like, even the one I don't even
Because
want is good. That's how great my genes are.
it's just like that. Like, and then does Nathan have a mom? Or because they didn't really show her
Yeah, she
if
shows up. She shows up in later episodes. Yes.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he definitely is way over the top. And then like not only that, but like the coach too is also over the top. And like what high school basketball coach has their own office? Like my high school,
Well,
there
they
was no
eventually show
office
him
for people.
teaching.
Okay, so he is a teacher.
Yes,
I
they
see.
don't. He's
But I
not teach.
just
He doesn't teach for like. Eventually, they finally show him in a classroom. I think because people were like, "How does this guy have an office, but he doesn't do anything there?"
well, but did you see like the back of his office in the window? It was literally a window to the locker room, the boys' locker room.
Yeah, well, that's why he's still there. He's like, "Hey."
That's so sketchy.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, but I gotta say, as you watch this show, Dan becomes the best character, and I'll tell you why. Because he's so
Okay.
over the top evil, and all the other characters kind of get very whiny and very like, I love you," and he's just in the background, like trying to ruin everyone's life across the board. That you actually really like him, and then they don't use him that much because they literally write themselves in a corner where he's tried to like murder or destroy every single character that's ever been on the show. So all the characters like, stay away from us. So he can't even be on the show that much. And you're like, I really miss this guy because like he just would be
Oh
so
my
over the
god.
top evil. But like they kind of write themselves in a corner with how evil he is.
So
You
did
know,
they not write? I don't know if you know how much history of this show, but did they write the script out like a few seasons first, or did they just kind of take it one season at a time?
it was written as a movie, and when the creator went to some producer, he was like, "You should just make this a TV series," and they did. And I get the sense like they're kind of hipster. They're kind of like early 2000 hipsters because of the music, and they do make a lot of
Yeah.
references to like bands, which they don't really do in the other CW shows. But then they get very. I'm the second to last episode. You want me to spoil something for you in season 9, and then you can imagine how they get
Ah,
there.
sure, sure.
The second to last episode, the father Dan has to save Nathan, the kid, from the
Yeah.
Russian mob, and he murders the entire mob. And then I'm not gonna tell you how they get there or how they get out
What
of it.
the hell?
Yeah,
Wait, what? This took.
that's where it
Becca told me this
goes.
was a basketball show.
By the
Why
ninth,
is the Russian mob coming into
I'm
this?
not even gonna
What
tell
did
you.
what did they do in college?
Well, I don't even remember why they have Nate. The Russian mob has Nathan, but they have him and Dan. Like it's like Dan the dad. It's like out of Taken. He's just like shooting people with shotguns and like choking people out. Like he's
So
like Batman.
is this meant to be like a drama?
It's meant to be a very serious drama now. It's meant to be very slice of life American, and then it just goes at some point it goes completely over the top. But it
They must
takes a
have
while.
changed writers. They had to have. There's no way.
Well, also like this would be a show where nothing, like the first season, nothing really happens. I'll tell you the big thing in this season: Nathan winds up with Haley, and Lucas winds up with Peyton.
Which
So
one's Haley?
I think she's really cute. The one with the brown hair, who works at the
Is she
coffee
the?
shop.
Oh, okay. Well, and then another thing that was interesting too was because I don't know, when I watch TV, I try to like predict what's gonna happen,
Mm-hmm.
and because my roommate has seen it already, I was like, oh, for sure, Haley, I guess that's her name, Haley and Lucas, like they like each other, whatever. And she's like,
No,
no, this is like the one TV like friend where it was friendship, where it's a guy and a girl.
and they're just
They
friends.
actually are just friends.
Yeah, they are just friends. They do kiss one episode, but like they brush it off like 2 seconds later.
Oh, okay.
I think they do, or maybe like she leans into, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm." There was another character they didn't show in this episode, Peyton, who was played by Sophia Bush, who's gorgeous. I think she's
Yeah.
on Chicago Med or Chicago PD, but they
Actually, I
didn't.
looked it up, and she married Chad Michael
Yes, and
Murphy
there was a big
for a year.
controversy. I think he hit her in the real life, in the real world.
He hit her?
I think so. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like I think like he assaulted her. She got a restraining order
Oh,
against him.
hit her. I thought you said hit her, like, put her in a like.
Well,
her in a
he
corner.
hit her. He hit her after he hit her. Hold on. Let me look this up. I don't want to like have this guy sue me. I was watching your One Tree Hill podcast, and you said I hit my fucking second wife or third wife. I lost track.
Oh my god.
He's 38. Oh, he's a year younger than me. They have him playing like dads now. It's crazy when you see people your age playing dads. You know.
I mean, my people my age are playing high schoolers, so let me know.
How old are you now?
23.
Okay, you still kind of. I mean, maybe it's because I met you as a high schooler. But you still kind of look like a high schooler. I don't know.
Well, I just want to know. Well, maybe that's why they hire actors that are in their 20s, because it's like the stuff that they have the high schoolers doing. I feel like they can never get away with having like a 16-year-old do something like that.
Okay, so they got engaged in May of 2004, and they got married in 2005. And after 5 months of marriage, Sophia Bush filed for annulment citing fraud, which was weird. And instead, they got divorced in December 2006. And that's it. Fraud, that's weird. What was the fraud? Like, I thought you were a good actor. And
What was the fraud? How dare you? Your acting was way better. But yeah, when I saw him, I'm like, oh, that's where this actor's from. Because I saw him. He was like the heartthrob in all these movies. Like Freaky Friday he was in.
Oh, he was? Okay.
He was the...
Now he's in a bunch of Hallmark movies.
Of course he is.
A bunch of these actors are now just like in Hallmark movies. That's where you go to like die in your 30s. You just become a Hallmark.
That's what happens when you're a young actor, and then you're a young actor who's a heartthrob, and then you got nowhere else to go besides Hallmark.
Yeah, you do the CW show, then you do. Watch, we're gonna see that kid who plays Archie play like a divorced dad, and like when he's like 39 or 40.
There we go.
On the Hallmark Channel, be like, I just need to find love again. So what did you think? What was your favorite scene in this episode? Do you have one, or you like fuck them?
Well, I thought this was okay. So this was one of my favorite scenes, just because it was like so over the top dramatic. Like what was it? It was, I think it was the basketball coach that said it, and it was like, oh, like this is like playing basketball is once in a lifetime opportunity. When he was trying to talk to Chad Michael Murray, and I was like, okay, I promise, like, playing high school basketball is not the biggest thing you could do in your entire life. Like he's making it out to seem.
Yeah. No, they treat high school basketball like they're training for like they're Jedis or something, like they're in Star Wars. It's really intense. So what do you think? So finish your point. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just like confused, I guess, because it's like they made it seem like the game that was showing in this episode was like they made it seem like it was like a championship game and it was huge.
Oh, they treat every game in this show like it's a championship game.
Oh
So
Lord.
the,
Oh
the the
Lord.
championship happens, I think, in the second season, the first championship. Because so season
It
1 and 2 are the 11th grade, season 3 and 4 are the 12th grade.
oh God. Just when you thought they couldn't drag it out.
Yeah, and then they skip 4 years till I love these shows. This is my one problem, and I was hitting 30 when I no, I was already 30 when I watched this. Oh shit, I was 30 in
Mhm.
2011, but I watched the whole thing, and I love these shows that treat when you hit 30, it's over. Like that's it, it's
Yeah.
done. So like you like these. I hate the fact that a lot of these CW shows basically tell you, and the only ones who don't do this are the superhero shows, which is insane. Um, you got 4 good years. Then there's like 5 other like okay years, and then it's over. And then you should have a kid and be married and give up at that point. And then it's like over.
Right.
And then
And high
like
school will be your peak. If you don't peak in high school, then it doesn't work out at
the
all. And
one
then
se- oh like finish.
no, well, I was gonna say Becca was saying that I guess like and like you were saying too, because everybody kind of comes back after college. I'm like, does people not move away and find jobs? Like, why is everybody coming back?
Yeah. They do move away and find jobs between season 4 and season 5, and then season 5 they come back. I forget why they all come back. That's my thing. Yeah, high school is the peak. That's like what all these shows try to say to people. Like, if you don't peak, and then the one scene that got me like was they're in the car watching Lucas play basketball, and the uncle is like, we had our chance, and now it's up to him. And I was like, wait a minute, dude. If you're the same age as his mom, she had him in high school. He's 16. Let's say he's 16, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So if you're 18, you're like what, 30? You're 18, 28. 28 plus 6 is what, 34, 35?
Yeah, they're pretty
It's
young.
Yeah, you still have a lot of life where you can like change up your career. They're acting like he's like 52 or something. I had my chance. Even at 52, you're like, dude, you can still like make something out of your life. You don't have to just like, oh, my nephew does really good at high school basketball. And that's, I just,
It's like they're really run down at that point, and then it's like we have nothing more to live for,
yeah,
but we're
I'm
gonna live
34.
vicarious. We're gonna live vicariously through these high school kids.
Yes. And when they don't make it, it's over for them too, I guess. I don't know.
The world will
So
burn, or you're
what
gonna
you,
have to fight the Russian mafia,
but fight the
like
Russian mafia,
Dan.
or get corona and die in 15 years from after the show debuts. So what do you think? Would binge it or purge it?
Ugh. I guess it depends how much you want to be into like the sappy drama.
Well, there is a lot of sappy drama.
That's what I'm saying. So like I feel like if you want sappy drama, binge it. But I feel like there are better shows out there.
Yeah, there are.
And
Yeah.
plus, like this is a time commitment. Like if you really want to put in the effort, like I understand maybe like Riverdale, like that has how many seasons?
3
Definitely
right
not.
now. 4, but
Yeah.
like the
So
fourth one's still on TV, so you can't really.
okay. Well, like at least that one, it's like it's doable. Whereas like this one, where it's 9 seasons and they're all an hour long episode, like holy moly,
Yeah.
that's so much.
Well, these characters are more likable than the Riverdale characters. Who I watched a little bit
Yeah,
more of
I
Riverdale
agree.
this weekend, and they're pretty heinous people. So
Actually, Chad Michael Murray is, or Murphy, whatever his
yeah, he
last name
plays
is.
a cult leader. He
Yeah, I
plays an old
saw
man.
that.
Yeah, on
I was
Riverdale.
like, what a full circle. You're back onto another high school drama TV show.
Yeah, but now he's an old man at 38. Okay. Have you ever seen? So I had the DVDs for this show because I started buying it when it was out because I thought the actresses were attractive, and they're really attractive. And I have every season because I just bought them when they were on sale, and
Mhm.
it's not streaming anywhere. So I started watching it, and I watched the whole first season in 2 days. Did you ever see the show Pretty Little Liars?
I've watched the first couple of episodes. It's
Okay.
not streaming anywhere, really? I
No,
thought it
they
was
took
on
it off.
Netflix.
No, they took it off. They took it off everywhere. So, but I had the DVD, so I'm like, you know what? I want to watch it now because I have nowhere to go. It has an ending. I
Yeah.
mean, I have it, and I'm kind of want to see how they stretch this out because whoever the A person is, just the amount of work that guy has to do or girl to
Uh-huh. Well,
fool. He's fooling only 4 girls. He's
yep.
obsessed with 4 girls. He's breaking into their house. He's breaking into their locker. He's following them at parties where they don't know that he's there. He is filming them. At one point he puts money. So a girl's at a coffee shop. She's having coffee outside. She goes in the bathroom, and there's money in the towel dispensary. Like when she pulls the towel out, there's money on it that he's bribing her with. Like how are you able? He puts a message in a
Mhm.
fortune cookie.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched like past a couple episodes, but I think with that, I think there are multiple A's.
Oh, don't spoil it, but that's what I
Sorry,
think. There
but
has to be. Well, the first season ended with a character supposedly getting killed by A, and then the body disappears, and I'm like, all right, well, I know there's at least two A's, you know,
mhm.
but like,
I don't
let me
know who
just,
they are,
but
but
let me just say something. If you're this obsessed with four women, why not just kidnap them?
right. Well,
Put them in your.
maybe because torturing them's more fun. I don't
I
know.
don't understand. Like, how would you be this obsessed? Like, he's clearly probably has footage of naked. How could you be this obsessed with four girls and go through this much trouble? So I'm still watching it. I'm up to season 2.
Did they ever go to the police and say like, "Hey, this person's stalking me. Can we please have a
No,
restraining order?"
because I think they're afraid. Because remember, she's banging her teacher.
Oh, that's
We see her.
right. I
She's
remember
still
that was a
banging
big
him
thing.
into season 2. Yeah, but you know what though? They treat it like it's normal. And then I realized why they treat it like it's normal. I forget in your state the age of consent is 16.
It's 16?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like I guess that makes sense because I remember well, I thought it was like within 2 years. So like for example,
Well,
if
but I
you're
think he's like
17 and someone's
21,
17.
22. I think he's like supposed to be super young on this show, so I guess it's okay. I mean, if he wasn't her teacher, it'd be okay. I guess it'd be
Right.
weird, but you can't go to jail if the age of consent is 16.
Well, because here's what I think it is. I think it's a 2 year gap around that age. So like for example, like if it's 19 and 17, you're okay.
Hold on, let me check.
Double check, but I have a feeling it's that, but
I
I'm not
just
100% sure.
I just thought like, once in a state that says 16, once you hit 16, anyone can I don't want to say go to town, but
No, like I said, I think there's like some sort of
no,
like
it's
gap.
a close no, if they're under the age of consent. So if the girl's like 14 and the guy's 18, that's okay, but he has to get permission from the courts.
Oh.
Yeah. I think
So I
it's like
guess this guy did not get permission from the court.
well, no, but if
I
you're six,
guess.
but let me see. Age of consent in Pennsylvania. Hold on, sorry. In Pennsylvania. Sorry.
No, you're good. Cue
I love how we're looking
elevator
this up.
music. Cue elevator
Okay.
music.
Legally, okay, it's 16 in your state. So legally, anybody can have sex with a 16-year-old. It's not right, you know.
Right, right. It's still
If
kind of like,
I, it like, well, look, I'll put it this way: if I started dating, if I was in Pennsylvania, well, but here's the other rule: is that you can't like, I can't. My age consent in New York is 17, so I can't
okay.
drive to PA and bang a 16-year-old because I'm breaking the law. So
Oh, so it's only based off of your
where you live.
state of residency. Okay.
Yes. So if I lived in PA and I started dating a 16-year-old, the father could kick my ass, and he probably should, but he
Right.
can't take me to court. He can't call the cops. He just has to like stay away from my daughter. I don't know.
It's bad.
It's bad. And I would just be like, check out Pretty Little Liars. Said it's okay.
Liar said it was okay, so I can do that
I
too.
can do whatever I want. I'll see you later. Hey.
Well, but like the thing too that like with that and with Riverdale too, like how many high schoolers have watched that and then like fantasized actually like doing something with their teacher, and how many of those people have actually like followed through or tried to?
Or also like you're making that look to be kind of normal,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you could get like mentally ill people who are teachers in trouble because if some 14-year-old, and I'm not trying to blame kids, but if you're like a 14, 15, 16-year-old and you're watching these dopey shows where the teacher and the student are just fucking and everyone's like, it's so great, you're fucking your student. And you meet a teacher who's like going through shit and you're like, and the teacher falls for you and you guys get caught, the teacher go to jail. And it's not like a cute, like you can't be like, yeah, but like look how cute it is. Like you can't like put it to a musical montage like on ABC Family of you
Yeah.
two like skipping through the woods. The cops just arrest you and you go to prison and your life's fucked. So
Yeah, and I think you lose your license too, I'm pretty sure. So it's like
yeah,
then you can't even do your profession.
if I could redo the show, I would automatically have I would either have I would either have the teacher stop or the teacher gets caught. You can still have her bang an older guy, but I'd have the older guy not be her teacher. I'd have him be like
Yeah.
a bartender or something, or whatever, like something that's. I guess it's better that he's the teacher because they can be in the school and they can be near each other for the plots. But it just comes across very skeezy.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think it seems as though like one of the writers had some sort of fantasy, and then they're like,
Yeah.
let's have Lucy Hale carry it out.
I wonder how long. I hope it doesn't go to the end of the series. I wonder how long, because I Googled something because I wanted to find out one of the girls' names and
Mm-hmm.
see how she looked like now, because the show's like started 10 years ago, and I got
That
a.
long ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Holy
started
moly.
this started this summer of 2010. Oh, it's so funny. One of the characters gets a phone. They want him to
Mm.
hack a phone, and it's like an iPhone. He goes, "What's this from? The year 2020?" And I wanted to be like, I wanted like a time portal to open, and somebody hands that character like a face mask. And do you know, like, if you had like a character go back in time and go to like if you wrote this in the Pretty Little Liar and they told the Pretty Little Liars characters what's going to happen in 2020, it would all people would assume it was a sci-fi show and not a
Yeah.
reality-based show. Yeah, like if you cut to 10 years later, and one of the girls like is holed up in her home with a mask on, and
Mm-hmm.
Trump is on the TV, people be like, what kind of insane show is this? Like,
I know. Like literally what dystopian like author came in and wrote this into the script?
yeah,
Yeah.
like you watch these shows, like whether it's One Tree Hill or Pretty Little Liars, and there's so many things these characters are doing that we can't do nowadays.
Yeah.
You
Which is
know,
nuts.
which is nuts. Like they're just sitting bullshitting at the little diner they have. But anyway, I hope the teacher isn't on the show all 7 seasons, because I accidentally saw a still from the final episode and Lucy Hale's in a wedding dress, but I didn't see who the guy was. So
Okay, okay.
I'm hoping it's somebody else.
Okay, okay.
I can't imagine her and her teacher fucking for 7. We'll see. But I'm curious how they stretch this out, because they're already reaching to the point at the beginning of season 2 where it's weird. But I do like the fact that the women on the show are written like normal girls.
Yes. I agree too. And like they seem like they're not too over the top.
No, they
Um
they
yeah.
make they're not like bitches. Like one girl, like one of the nerds in school, likes her, and she like very honestly says to him, like, we're just friends. It doesn't come across as bitchy or condescending. It comes across
Mm-hmm.
very genuine interaction. So
Yeah.
like I like the way the women are portrayed, and I like the actresses.
The actresses
But
were really good on that show.
yeah, and
At least from the couple of shows I watched. Yes.
they're very attractive. I actually
Hmm.
like the other three more than Lucy Hale, but I don't mean it. But you know what? They were like 20. How old? They were probably like 27 when they were fucking filming this, so it's okay to say that. But yeah. So I've been watching that because I'm gonna get to I'm like, let me just watch that. So it's just good to turn your brain off for like 3 hours a night and watch it. So
Yeah. Except like that's the problem with like these drama shows. I'm like, how the heck can you keep dragging it on? I mean, I guess then you end up like a One Tree Hill and the Russian mafia comes in
I
and you have a
imagine the final
shootout.
season of Pretty Little Liars will be a nuclear bomb somewhere that the girls
Probably.
have to
What else is
disarm.
there?
Yeah.
What else is there?
I just don't understand how there's got to be like some sort of crazy twist or some like thing. He wants something more than just to torture these girls. Like maybe there's money that they know about that they don't know about. Because it's like, how could you torture these 4 girls and not like, I don't know, like why don't you just murder them? That would
Right.
be
And it's
cool.
like torturing them just from like what? Because of like their one friend Allie's death or something.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I don't know.
well, I saw
Like, don't
another.
you think?
That girl is on the cover for season 5, 6, and 7. So I'm like, does she come back to life? Like,
Well, doesn't she have a twin? I thought.
oh, don't spoil that. I don't know that.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she does have a twin. Maybe that's why
I
the actress.
literally have no idea. I
Okay.
just, I thought that was in season 1. I don't know.
No, season 1, they haven't hinted towards a twin or anything.
Okay, I
Season,
could also totally be like speaking out of my ass. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, there's for sure
I
one, but I have
remember
no
I
idea.
started watching season 1 10 years ago, and I went to go see like I think Thor or Avengers, and they
Mhm.
had when they had those previews before the previews, like the 20. Did you ever see that in the movie theater?
Previews before the Oh yes, yes, yes.
They would do
Sometimes they're
like
like
a little
games.
like magazine show about things on television. They
Hmm.
had one of Pretty Little Liars, and they said in season 3 there's a team of A's, and I'm like, yeah, and I went to the bathroom. Like, I just started watching this on DVD, and I like went to the bathroom. but they like review, and I was like, all right, so I know like I think season 3 or season 4, some season when I went to go see Avengers or something, there was a team of A's, but
Gotcha.
I don't know beyond that. So,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know a lot. So sorry if I
but
spoiled
I like the
anything.
girls, and I like how ridiculously over the top the show is. So
Yeah. Well, we went and took a tour of the Warner Brothers studios and we got a tour of like the little town in Pennsylvania, but out in Los Angeles. So that was kind
yeah,
of cool.
yeah. Rosewood is there? Yeah, I get the sense like it's a town kind of like similar to yours. I don't know why. When like I watch like the outside, the exterior shots, I feel like they based it on like places where you would live. I don't know why. Am
They
I
did. Well,
wrong?
'cause it's in Pennsylvania. And
Yeah,
then, but like what's interesting with
it's
this
not
town
rural
is like,
Pennsylvania. It's like
no, it's suburban.
yeah.
And like the town square was like kind of what we walked through. That's, I guess, what they had set up that day. And it was like kind of a decent sized square of the
Yeah.
town. And I'm like, well, my town doesn't really have a square. We have a main street. But I guess like, but then driving to other towns in our area, other towns in our area do have little squares.
Oh, so
So I'm
there you
like,
go.
okay, well, they're not like off the mark.
Yeah, so that's what I'm watching. I'm watching that, like I'm speed watching it. Not speed. I'm not trying to watch it just so I can get done with it.
Mhm.
That's the assignment I gave myself for this week. Um, yeah. Are you watching
That's
anything
awesome.
else besides? Are you like sitting? Or are you watching anything right now? Like trying to get through?
So I am. So I tried watching more of Ozark, but like it just got slow by
It
like
gets very
episode
slow,
3.
right?
I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So then I switched. I got recommended Schitt's Creek, so I've been watching
That's pretty
that.
funny.
I really like it, and
Yeah.
my roommate and I have been watching Jane the Virgin, and it's like I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's like, or I'm sure you've heard of it, but like I don't know if you've ever watched it. Um,
No, I haven't watched it.
but they like kind of do it kind of like a telenovela because
Hmm.
like this girl like her family, I forget where her
It
family's
was
from, but
based on.
like
I think it's based on a telenovela show.
there we go. So like they have like a Spanish like Latin narrator in the background, and the girl loves like Jane, who's the virgin that got pregnant, got like loves watching telenovelas. So like it kind of worked out. So then this way it's like she's in a show that she would have wanted to star in, kind of.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So
I
I
gotta.
really like it. And like the one guy's really good looking too. So well, it's like the classic, like the girl has two guys like going after her
Mhm.
and they're both like really hot. And then like this girl's like, she's really pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just wow. Like I wish there was a point in time where I had two hot guys coming
Just
after me too.
being like, "Come here, Ashley." Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's the other thing about like the show, like Pretty Little Liars. Like, sometimes these girls will show up on, especially the girls like There's two girls. Like, yeah, Lucy Hale is kind of like whatever. I don't care.
Hmm.
But the other three are very, and sometimes they'll show up and they'll be like these insane outfits, and you're like, all right, like that's fun to watch. It's fun to watch attractive people.
Hmm.
So, you
Well,
know,
this girl's like she's attracted. Like the what I like about her is like this star for Jane the Virgin. She's attractive, but like very just naturally pretty too.
yeah.
Like they don't put her in over the top outfits or anything. Like she dresses pretty modest. Um,
Mhm.
except like works as also a like champagne girl at like a hotel slash nightclub thing.
Okay.
So like she'll wear like that dress every once in a while, but that's like the most scandalous thing she wears, and it's not even that scandalous. It's just tight.
Okay, good. So maybe I'll watch that later on. I'm gonna get through Pretty Little Liars first, and video gaming and podcasting and all sorts of stuff.
You're just
I,
super busy.
I'm super busy doing that. But you know what? Like, I bought all these fucking DVDs because like I bought season one, and then
Mhm.
and then like one day there was one Black Friday. I'm like, oh, I have season one. I want the other seasons, and they were like $5. I bought them all.
Oh, why not?
So I'm sitting, and I have the whole series now. So I'm sitting here, and the other night, and I was watching Riverdale, and I'm like, why am I watching this? I can't watch season 4 because it's not out on
Hmm.
Netflix yet. Who even knows if they're going to finish season 4 with Corona? Who knows if they've even filmed all the stories they wanted to? I said, why don't Pretty Little Liars? I had this on DVD. I said I was going to watch it when I had downtime. I have
Hmm.
downtime. I'm going to see it through. I have all 7 seasons. Let me just fucking watch this now and get it over with and be like, I saw it because I own it. So that's what I'm doing. I bought the
It's like
fucking
a
thing.
chore.
It's
It's
like
like
a
a
chore,
chore
but I might as well
now.
do it. But I'm having fun. I'm not hating the show as much as I've hated other shows because the girls are likable and they're being written well, except for the fact that they're idiots when it comes to A. But when it comes to like relationship stuff and and talking, having real human interactions with one another, they come across very realistic. They don't come
Yeah.
across realistic when the mystery bullshit happens, but it's fine.
No,
So,
the actresses are really good. So
yeah, and they're
I'm glad you're
racist.
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's something to do. All right. So actually, next week we're gonna move on to Amazon Prime, and
Woo!
we are going to watch Jack Ryan.
I am excited for something that's not high school.
I know
Let's go.
I give you all the high school stuff is because like I met you when you were in high school and we did the Twisted Tales, but like
No, it
now I'm
works
out
for
of
me.
so I want to see what you think of them. But now we're gonna go to like action adventure. Jack Ryan, heard a lot of good things about this show, so we'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
super excited.
how's your podcast going?
Good. We kind of been taking a hiatus, so I'm probably gonna try to go into like interviewing like my friends or sisters, just to get content out there, and also too I'm trying to like make blogs because I know Helen's like really struggling trying to find a job and everything, so she's been focusing on that.
Mm.
But of course now with the corona, it's like impossible to find a job, so I feel really bad for her. But yeah, so I'm trying to come up with like an Ashley Martin's content spin-off something or other.
Well,
So
so I
that's in the
guess
works.
so. This is like your main podcast now.
Yeah, and the one
Mm.
that I have for work, which is super sciencey and educational.
That's racist. So. All right. Well, we're still doing this, and tomorrow I'm going to have Allison Klemp back on. She was on 2 weeks ago. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and the election and how Corona is affecting New York City and all that types of shit. But yeah, Ashley, thank you so much for being here again. It's Quarantine and Chill every Wednesday with me and Ashley Martins, and we'll be back next week with Jack Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ray.
Thanks for
And I
doing it.
can't wait to review Jack Ryan.
Should be a fun day. All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.